Peace and love, kings, queens, and gods. You know who it is. I'm the Floating Yogi, and this is Floating Yogi's Book Club. We about to get started, y'all. So come on in, invite a friend. Matter of fact, invite about 10, because we about to go in. We can give y'all a moment to come on. What's up, Nangola? What's good, though? So yeah, we got some time just to invite some folk on in. Tell them to invite another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And I'm just gonna keep saying things until y'all pop on through. Doop 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 doop, doop 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 doop. This week we're reading Mindset by Carol Dweck. We're getting into talking about negative labels and the effects that those negative labels have on us. Like, what box does it put us in? Mentally, energetically, where do we want to go? Like, how do we want to move it? I think I invited 10 times 10 folk. Doop, doop, and doop. So you welcome to invite 10 more folk. Alright, I think I'm done. Alright, I'm done. That's all I got. That's all I'm invite. Alright. Whew. With that being said, I'm a re-intro again. My name is the Floating Yogi, and this is the Floating Yogi's Book Club, brought to you by Yogi, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education, where we're restructuring health and wellness in the community, one healthy habit at a time. This month's sponsor for the book club and for the virtual meditation that we host on Thursday, boom, Lifeform. Swing. Yes. I've been talking about Lifeform for a minute. I've been talking about their mats. I've been using them for years. If you're into anything that has that you're going to be sweating a lot, I highly encourage you to rock with that jump. Highly encourage you to get one of the mats. I even got a mat for little Jumi Jooms. She be doing her thing on the mat, flowing with it. It's too adorable. Hey, what up, Pay Ogre? Another one of the people who help me do what I do. My guy Pay Ogre, he's part of the crew. You can hit him up if you'd like to be in the Zoom room so we can converse, we can vibe, and you don't have like a 45-second delay behind you. Hit him up, he'll send you the link to the Zoom room, and you can slide on through, we can vibe, we can kick it, and actually have some dialogue, some trialogue, some quadrilogue. I'm just making words up now, but you get the gist of what I'm saying, right? Alright, what else is there? There's some other fun things that's afoot, and we'll get to them in a minute. But we're reading Mindset by Carol Dweck. We're reading Mindset by Carol Dweck. And we're getting into, like I mentioned before, the effects that negative labels have on us. How do they work? And I'm really at the point that we're just going to jump straight into it and do what we do. So, if you have the book and you want to read along, we're on page 74. At the bottom, negative labels and how they work. Matter of fact, let me get a little bit of this water. You know, this Kangen water. You can also get yourself a Kangen machine if you're interested in getting some filtered water. All the pollutants out of that junk. All the hormones they got in the water taken out. Little extra small water molecules to penetrate the cell membrane. We got info on the Kangen. I'll put it on the stories. Check it out in a minute. Alright, bomb. We right there, in case you didn't know. Okay, let's jump straight into it. Negative labels and how they work. I was once a math whiz in high school. I got a 99 in algebra, a 99 in geometry, a 99 in trigonometry, and I was on the math team. I scored up there with the boys in the Air Force test of the visual spatial ability, which is why I got recruiting brochures from the Air Force for many years to come. Then I got a Mr. Hellman, a teacher who didn't believe girls could do math. My grades declined and I never took math again. I actually agreed with Mr. Hellman, but I didn't think it applied to me. Other girls couldn't do math. Mr. Hellman thought it applied to me too. And I succumbed. Bum bum bum. The plot thickens. Hey, what up, Brent? Welcome. Hey, Alice. How you doing? If you want to be part of the Zoom room, come on through. Hit up Hey Over. He'll send you the link. You can slide on in and we can keep it rocking. Alright. Everyone knows negative labels are bad. So, You don't. So you think that this would be a short section, but it isn't a short section because psychologists are learning how negative labels harm achievement. No one knows about negative ability labels like members of the stereotyped groups. For example, African Americans know about being stereotyped as lower in intelligence, and women know about being stereotyped as bad in math and science. But I'm not sure even if they know how creepy these stereotypes are. It's still asking for passcodes. Okay. Let me hop in. Let me close that out and try to run it back. No, keep running back. Hold on, I'm good in math. Hey, what up? Nobody. If you want to be part of the Zoom room, you want to rock with us, hold on, let me make sure this thing working. Start. Yogi should be able to send you the link. Let me see if I'm able to get in that thing. I'm in there. Alright, try it again. What up, David Move? What's good with you, my dude? Alright. And then... isn't it great when tech decides to do what it does at the wrong time? Ogre, check that out and see if the link works. See if the link's working. Alright. We got to the African American parts. For example, African Americans know about being stereotyped, blah, 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 blah. Research by Claude Steele and Joshua Aronson shows that checking a box to indicate your race or sex can trigger the stereotype in your mind and lower your test score. Almost anything that reminds you that you're black or female before taking a test in the subject you're supposed to be bad at will lower your test score. A lot. In many of their studies, blacks are equal to whites in their performance and females are equal to males when no stereotype is evoked. But just put more males in the room with females before each math test and watch the scores go down to the female. This is why when stereotypes are evoked, they fill people's mind with distracting thoughts. Ooh, I like this. Hey, we reading Mindset by Carol Dweck. And it talks about the different mindsets. The main focus is a fixed mindset, one who believes that our abilities are just granted to us at birth, and growth mindset, or I like to call it a malleable mindset, where we believe that our skills are developed and accumulated over time through the experiences that we have. I'm with that one. However, there is a caveat about that fixed mindset. Alright, we gonna rock on here. I know I should be broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook as well. It's giving me the marker. If it's not, please continue to put it in the chat and continue to send a message to people. Let people know, come on through. I'm gonna get this fixed for next week because that's whack. I'm in the Zoom room rapping. Man, they be trying to play some games. But yeah, we're reading Mindset. One great thing about the fixed mindset, because it can be talked about in such a negative light, is that it allows us to accumulate. If we are just stuck in one place, if we're doing the same thing, we're able to realize stuff about ourselves, new things about ourselves, because we're doing the same thing. We're coming back to the same place, and that gives us an idea of, oh, I have more space here. I can recruit more muscles to make the job easier over the long term. We can do something to affect our situation, in this case the body. Let's see. In this case the mind. Black bastard. Where were we? I like the fact he said distracting thoughts, because it's not that the stereotype itself changes anything. It's the mental chatter that starts to happen about us trying to disprove the stereotype or to prove the stereotype. We were talking about one of the downfalls of positive feedback and positive labeling, and one of it was the loss of that positive label. I'm the smart kid, I'm the talented one, so I shouldn't have to put in effort. everything should just come to me naturally. But that's not necessarily true. A lot of times those really talented people, those really skilled people have been working their ass off. And that's what allows them over all that time that they work their ass off to be able to perform what it is they perform with such alleged or perceived ease. Because it don't mean it's easy just because you see him and they ain't, I need to take a break. Don't mean it was easy. Alright. With secret worries about confirming a stereotype, okay. People usually aren't even aware of it. They don't even have enough mental power left to do what's best on their test. This doesn't happen to everybody. However, it mainly happens to people who are in a fixed mindset. It's when people are thinking in terms of fixed traits that stereotypes get to them. Negative stereotypes say, you and your group are permanently inferior. Only people in the fixed mindset resonate with this message. Yeah, because that ain't rocking with me. Okay. Okay. If you say so. I'm about to do this anyway. You gonna get out of the way and watch me work? Alright, bet. Run that. Alright. So, in the fixed mindset, both positive and negative labels can mess with your mind. Dun dun dun, and the plot thickens. When you're given a positive label, you're afraid to lose it, and when you're hit with a negative label, you're afraid of deserving it. I'm gonna let that one sit in. When given a positive label, you're afraid to lose it. When given a negative label, you're afraid of deserving it. Good Lord. Let me take a sip. Let me take a splash. We were talking about that before. week before last, when it was like actually deserving those labels. We don't really want to even put in the effort, because then if we put in the effort, we're showing ourselves that we can't do it if we fail. So it's best to just keep it a possibility and not try. Whew. That's something with that mindset right there. That's a powerful mindset. I'm not saying it's going to put powerful in the right ways. That's a powerful mindset. You want a limitation? That's right there in your face. All right. What else? When people are in a growth mindset, the stereotype doesn't disrupt their performance. The growth mindset takes the teeth out of the stereotype and makes people better able to fight back. They don't believe in permanent inferiority. And if they are behind, well, then they'll work harder to seek help and try to catch up. I support these thoughts. Let's get a little malleable, a little flexy. Y'all coming to yoga? You said y'all coming to Super Center on Monday through Friday? What? That's what y'all said? Alright, I'm with it. Come on, I see you there. And don't forget about meditation on Thursday. I see you there too. Right? Nobody. Hey, your name is hilarious. I keep hearing this in my mind. Sing it, Keith. Nobody who can love you like me. Nobody. Yo, that's hilarious. Moving back. That was a distraction. My bad. Let's see. The growth mindset also makes people able to take what they can and what they need from even a threatening environment. I like that. You can grab what you can from the situation to better yourself, to better deal with whatever's going on in the situation, the area you are. Hey, y'all funny. Alright, back to it. If we asked African American students to write an essay for a competition, they were told that when they finished, their essays would be evaluated by Edward Caldwell III, a distinguished professor of an Ivy League pedigree. That is a representative of the white establishment. Edward Caldwell III's feedback was quite critical, but also helpful, and students' reactions varied greatly. Those with a fixed mindset viewed it as a threat, an insult, or an attack. They rejected Caldwell and his feedback. Here's what one of the students with the fixed mindset thought. He's mean, he doesn't grade right, or he's obviously biased. He doesn't like me. Whoa. Hey, what up, Naughty Star? Naughty. That's okay. Before the evaluation, he came across as arrogant and over-demanding. After the evaluation, fair seems to be the first word that comes to mind. It seems like a new challenge. Ooh. That's a new way of perceiving things, a new way of looking at. like we were saying before, the people with the growth mindset are looking for the challenges. They're starting to get that dopamine hit after making those little achievements throughout the day. What's the next one say? He sounded. Oh, I already read that. Nope. He sounded like an arrogant, intimidating, and condescending man. What are your feelings about the evaluation? The evaluation was seemingly honest and specific. In a sense, the evaluation could be a stimulus to produce better work. Oh, so after you see his results, after you see like how he actually maneuvers, you get why he was strict and rigid in that beginning, huh? You don't say. Maybe you didn't. He seems to be proud to point out to the point. He seems to be proud to the point of arrogance. The evaluation. He was intensely critical. His comments were helpful and clear. However, I feel I will learn much from him. Ooh. I'm starting to, from these explanations, this kind of sounds like a good teacher. I'm not going to lie. No, I'm hard on you. I'm going to vibe with you and work with you. But I'm going to kind of tailor my critique to the individual and not just the work they produce, but the personality that produced it. Feel like you're going to get better results here. All right, let's get this info to the teachers. This book old. How far behind? When did this book come out? I don't think it's that old, but it's old. Oh, Tony, Google me, baby. Find out when this book came out for me, dog. Find out when this book came out for me, big dog. And drop it in the cheesy, please. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, because I'm flipping too much. Moving forward. Alright. Do I belong here? Talking about stereotypes, and then we go on to do I belong here. Alright. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm seeing what's going around. Alright. Aside from the hijacking of people's abilities, stereotypes also do damage by making people feel that they don't belong. Many minorities drop out of college, and many women drop out of math and science because they didn't feel they fit in. To find out how this happens, we follow college women through their calculus course. This is often when students decide that whether math or careers involving math are right for them. Over the semester, we asked the women to report their feelings about math and their sense of belonging in math. 2006. Appreciate you, nobody. Somebody just send me some help. I appreciate that. For example, when they thought about math, did they feel like a full-fledged member of the math community, or did they feel like an outsider? Did they feel comfortable, or did they feel anxious? And did they feel good or bad about their math skills? I ain't gonna lie. I felt what would be par for the course. I felt like I was ever so lightly gliding across that line. As if Jesus was resurrecting and gliding across the waters. That would be me. I need to have like a drop. And it'd be the godly drop. Moving forward. The women with the growth mindset, those who thought math ability could improve, felt a fairly strong and stable sense of belonging. And they were able to maintain this even when they thought that there was a lot of negative stereotyping going around. One student described it in this way. In a math class, female students were told that they were wrong when they were not, and they were in fact doing this in novel ways. It was absurd and reflected poorly on the instructor not to see the students' good reasoning. It was alright because we were working in groups and we were able to give and receive support among students. We discussed our interesting ideas among ourselves. What's up, Mason Jar? Welcome. I ain't seen you on Sunday in a minute. You coming in Sunday? You coming through Sunday? Maybe. I'm gonna give you time to sleep on that. Take me a sip. Some of that daggone good Kangen water. Moving forward. The stereotyping was disturbing to them, as it should be, but they could still feel comfortable with themselves and confident about themselves in math setting. They could fight back, but women with the fixed mindset, as the semester wore on, felt a shrinking sense of belonging. And the more they felt the presence of, what up, Born to Fly, what up, Emily? Hey, happy birthday, Emily. I speak change, what's good with you? Yeah, y'all coming in vibing with me today. I'm rocking with it. But women with the fixed mindset felt the shrinking sense of belonging, and the more they felt the pressure of stereotypes in their classes, the more their comfort in the math withered. One student said that their sense of belonging fell because it was disrespected by the professor in his comment. That was a good guess. Whenever I made a correct answer in class, the stereotype of low ability was able to invade them, to define them, and to take away their comfort and confidence. We gotta grab that back. I'm not saying it's their fault by any means. Prejudice is a deeply ingrained societal problem, and I don't want to blame it on the victims. I am simply stating that a growth mindset helps people to see prejudice for what it is, someone else's view of them. Now we're getting to it. Someone else's view of them, and to confront it with their confidence and abilities intact. I like that. See prejudice for exactly what it is. See those stereotypes for exactly what it is. Not who you are, but their perspective of you. Their limited knowledge of you. Whatever it is. Even if you're Googleable. Google me, baby! Even if you're Googleable. Still limited knowledge. Because I can read something on Google. I can sit there and Google all day. But then I can meet you in person and have a whole different outlook. Because everything on Google was someone else's perspective of them. Moving forward. Let's see. Trusting people's opinion. Whew. Oh, man. Alright. We're talking about like stereotype. We're talking about negative labels. We're talking about those stereotypes. We're talking about finding that sense of belonging and then trusting people's opinion. Because if I can trust people's opinion, I feel like I belong in that space. I feel like I'm alright with that. But if it's hard for me to trust someone's opinion, I don't really feel like I belong in that area, in that situation, that environment. Because I be around people, they be like, oh, yo, we about to go jump off this bridge. Dang, what's at the bottom of the bridge? It's probably like this big-ass jump house. We gonna have fun, yo, let's go. I will jump off the bridge. Yeah, I was that kid. When my mom said if all your friends were jumping off a bridge, would you jump off it? Yes, because my friends aren't dumb. They're not going to jump to their death. What's down there? Is it money? Is it magic wishes? Is it a genie? I don't know, but I need to figure it out. Moving forward. Many females have problems not only with stereotypes, but with other people's opinions of them in general. They trust them too much. Alright, so I'm going to say this because it's saying female a lot. I ain't trying to get on backlash, you know what I mean? However, the book is written by Carol Dweck. And this is from her perspective, like we were previously talking about. We're not picking on anyone. With that being said, they trust them too much. Don't trust everyone's opinion. One day, I went into a drugstore in Hawaii to buy dental floss and deodorant. And after fetching my items, I went to the wait line. There were two women together in front of the line waiting to pay. Since I'm incurable time stuffer, at some point I decided to get my money ready for when my turn came. So I walked up, put the items way on the side of the counter, and started to gather my bills that were strewn throughout my purse. The two women went berserk. I explained that in no way was I trying to cut in front of them in line. I was just preparing for when it was my turn. I thought the matter was resolved, but when I left the store, they were waiting for me. Wow, yo. That's a bit much. I'm not gonna lie. That's a bit much. They got in my face and yelled, "You're a bad-mannered person." Ooh. You hurt me. That's unfortunate. You're a bad-mannered person. My husband, who had seen the whole thing from the beginning to end, thought they were nuts. But they had a strange and disturbing effect on me. And I had a hard time shaking off their verdict. I'm going to be like, okay. Have a blessed one. Eyes and all. However, she felt deeply afflicted by this situation. Everyone is different. Let's point this out. This is very important. Welcome, 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 y'all. Alright, this vulnerability afflicts many of the most able, high achieving females. Why should this be? When they're little, these girls are often so perfect and they delight in everyone telling them so. They're so well behaved that they're so cute, they're so helpful, and they're so precocious. Girls learn to trust people's estimates of them. Gee, everyone's so nice to me. If they criticize me, it must be true. Even females at the top universities in the country say that other people's opinions are a good way to know their abilities. Wow. Okay. Fair enough. I disagree. But I get the perspective and where she's coming from, because maybe someone knows a little bit more about whatever you're working on and they give you a little feedback and you're like, alright, well, I trust this. We are talking about trusting people's opinions. Boys are constantly being scolded and punished. There we go. I'm used to that part. I'm like, what? I got that wrong? Alright, damn, let me get this. Let me figure this out. But let's keep going. When we observed in grade school classrooms, we saw that boys got 8 times more criticism than girls did for their conduct. Boys are also constantly calling each other slobs and morons. The evaluations lost a lot of their power. A male friend once called me a slob. He was over to dinner at my house, and while we were eating, I dripped some food on my blouse. That's because you're such a slob, he said. I was shocked. It was then I realized that no one had ever said anything to me like that. Males say to each other all the time, yeah, you know, yeah. It may be a kind of it may not be a kind thing to say, even in jest, but it certainly makes them think twice before buying into other people's evaluation. Ooh, see, I like that correlation because I didn't even piece that together. That could definitely be a reason why I don't have like a really strong opinion or value of other people's opinions. Because, yeah, it was all the Jones, I would get cooked. I'm trying to tell you. Who, like burgers on the grill on the 4th of July, I'm trying to tell you, they would cook me up, serve me up, it'd be delicious, apparently. Because they keep coming back for more. I'm like, yo, I gotta get good at frying y'all. I gotta get good at the flick of the wrist, just cooking y'all real quick. Alright, moving forward. Yeah, we good on time. Even when women reach the pinnacle of success, other people's attitudes can get them. Frances Conley is one of the most eminent neurosurgeons in the world. In fact, she was the first woman to ever give tenure in neurosurgery at the American Medical School. Yet, careless comments from male colleagues, even assistants, could fill their head with self-doubt. One day during surgery, a man condescendingly called her honey. Instead of returning the compliment, she questioned herself. Is a honey? She wondered. Especially this honey, good enough and talented enough to be doing this operation? Jonan was normal growing up, right? We out here frying someone, yo, soup cooler, big lip, SpongeBob tooth looking at, like, yo, it was, them Jones would be like machine gun rounds. Cooking each other. What? You're like, dang, yo. Alright. Well, I know the Jones people gonna say to me when I get out there in public, I'm about to get fried up like bacon on Sunday morning. I'm telling you, it's gonna be delicious. Hey, what up, Mr. Glass? What up, doe? What's good, Dale? Just sizzling on that jump, yo. Okay. Where we at? Dun, 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 dun. The fixed mindset plus stereotyping plus women's trust in other people's assessment of them, all of these contribute to a gender gap in math and science. That gap is painfully evident in the world of high tech. Julie Lynch, a building techie, was already writing computer code when she was just in junior high school. Her father and 2 brothers worked in technology, and she loved it too. Then her computer programming teacher criticized her. She had written a computer program, and the program ran just fine, but he didn't like the shortcuts she had taken. Her interest evaporated. Instead, she went on to study recreation and public relations. Dang, she was about to be making bank too. Math and science need to be made more hospitable places for women. And women need the growth mindset so they can take their rightful places in the field. Fair enough. Oh yeah, we cooking. Oh my gosh. Oh, we cooking, y'all. Alright. But let's look at the times when the things go right. The Polgar family has produced 3 of the most successful female chess players ever. How? Susan says. One of the 3, my father believes that innate talent is nothing. That success is 99% hard work. And I agree with him. The youngest daughter, Judith, is now considered the best woman chess player of all time. She was not the one with the most talent, Susan reports. Judith was a slow starter but very hardworking. I support these thoughts. I mean, I don't know her in chess, but I'm saying, like, the hard working part, it gets you very far. Talent has a stopping point. Hard work, at the bare minimum, hard work is a slow growth. At the bare minimum. When we reach that glass ceiling, we can still push it. What up, Beware Law? Alright. A colleague of mine has 2 daughters who are math whizzes. One is a graduate student in math at the top of her university. The other was the first girl to rank number 1 in the country on an elite math test. Won a nationwide math contest and is now a neuroscience major at the top university. What's their secret? Is it passed down in the genes? I believe it's passed down in the mindset. I support these thoughts already. It's the most growth mindset family I've ever seen. In fact, their father applied the growth mindset to everything. I never forgot a conversation we had some years ago. I was single at the time, and he asked me what my plan was for finding a partner. He was aghast when I told him I didn't have a plan. You wouldn't expect your work to get done by itself, would you? He said. Why is this any different? It was inconceivable for him that you could just have a goal and no steps to make it happen. Ooh, come on now. It is inconceivable to have a goal and no steps to make it happen. Come on. In short, the growth mindset lets people, even those who are targets of negative labels, use and develop their minds fully. Their heads are not filled with limiting thoughts or a fragile sense of belonging or a belief that other people can define them. I like that. I like that. Grow your mindset. The last section. Alright, so these are some summaries from the chapter that we was reading. Let's get to it. The last little bit for the day. Think about your hero. Do you think of this person as someone with extraordinary abilities who achieve with little effort? Now go find out the truth. Find out the tremendous effort that went into their accomplishment and admire them even more. I like that. I like that. That's some homework for y'all. Whoever your hero is. Think of the times other people outdid you and just assumed that they were smarter or more talented. Now consider the idea that they just used better strategies, taught themselves more, practiced harder, and worked their way through the obstacles. You can do that too if you want to. I like that as well. Are the situations where you get stupid when you disengage your intelligence? Next time you're in one of those situations, get yourself into a growth mindset. Think about learning and improvement, not judgment, and hook it back up. Support these thoughts. Dang, when you feel like, when you hear yourself saying, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve this, when you hear that internal monologue play, stop. How can I grow from this? What can I learn from this? It might sound really stupid. It might feel stupid. It actually feels good for me. But I've been doing it for a while. So it might feel stupid. Stick with it. Do it again. Watch what happens. Alright. Do you label your kids? Absolutely label my daughter. Yes, I do. She's amazing. She's awesome. And all the other ones that everyone says about their children. This one is the artist that... This one is the artist, that one's the scientist. Next time, remember that you're not helping them. Even though you may be praising them, remember our study where praising kids lowered their IQ scores. Find a growth mindset way to compliment them. I like that. I've started doing that with Jumi. Praising the effort, praising the things that she's done. and the things that she's gone through to do it. Because those are two separate things. If you with me, you follow me. Okay. More than half of our society belongs to a negative stereotyped group. First, you have all the women, and then you have all the other groups that you're not supposed to be good at something or another. Give them a gift of the growth mindset. Create an environment that teaches a growth mindset to the adults and children in your life, especially the ones who are targets of negative stereotypes. Even when negative labels come along, they'll remain in charge of their learning. That's powerful. That's powerful. Because everyone loves to learn. I don't know anyone who doesn't love to learn. The adrenaline from being able to achieve something or do something that you didn't think you could, it rivals crack. And I haven't done crack, but I've just seen people do some dumb stuff on crack. So I can imagine, what it gives you is pretty strong. So, with that being said, again, we are back at it next Monday. The Zoom room will be up. We're going to be growing. We're going to be flowing. I'm going to be encouraging you to send the links out to the people, to send the message so we can all tap in. And the more of us that are on this growth mindset, the more of us that are going to be creating the world that at least I want to live in. I ain't going to speak for all of us. That we want to live in, right? We don't want ourselves and our kids and our loved ones to be in an environment that doesn't want them to succeed. It just wants to put barriers and obstacles in front of us, right? So, with that being said, Monday night's the book club. We here. Monday morning is Sunrise Flow with G. Tuesday at 6 is Led Ashtanga Primary Series Virtual with me. Wednesday is Elevated Yoga. Wiggle this week with me. Thursday is Midday Mind Right at 12. Thursday evening we have Restorative Yoga coming back this week. Monday through Friday you can catch me at Suka Center. Suka now! Saturday is with the Ashtanga Mysore program. Saturday is Floating Flow at 10:30. Sunday is Elevated Yoga at 12. Bring those peaches. And I'll see y'all there. Questions, comments, want to work on something, let me know. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for inviting the crew. We was vibing today. We was flowing today. We're going to be back at it. Peace and love, y'all.